I'm here with Chris, and we're from Team Harlequin. We're here with Andrew from Jacks Mannequin.
Hello.
So how's Australia treating you so far?
Awesome. I've been here for a little over 24 hours now, and no, it's been great though. We actually got to spend the day kind of wandering around the city. Went, did sort of the touristy type things. Went down to the opera house and the gardens and all that stuff, and found a bar and got drunk. And, that was pretty much that was pretty much my day. And then by 9:30, when we thought we were all going to go out to some party last night with the tour, I sat on my bed and then woke up like 6 hours later. But it's been good, and tonight's the first show, so we're looking forward to
it. We've been touring with Friends or Enemies.
Yes.
What did you guys get up to? What are crazy stories that you can tell us about?
Well, actually, just so you know, this is our very first night with this tour.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing too crazy other than hanging out with Joe last night, and that wasn't really that crazy at all. It was just us catching up and talking about whatever we hadn't talked about since the last time we had seen each other. So I imagine tonight will hopefully be the ushering in of maybe some more crazy stories.
So crazy stories to come?
Crazy stories to come, yes. Yes.
Stay tuned.
It's going to get ugly.
So, Sydney-siders? Okay, so being part of Friends or Enemies, what kind of a friend do you consider yourself?
What kind of a friend do I consider myself? A loyal friend,
A loyal
hopefully. Yes, an honest friend. I don't know. I mean, gosh, those would probably be the two I would go with.
Okay. And how about enemies-wise? Do you have any enemies, or how would, like, villain-wise, how would you be, like, the ultimate enemy?
How would I be an ultimate enemy?
Like,
I don't want to be anybody's enemy. God, that's horrible.
No.
I believe in the path of least resistance. You know what I mean? That's sort of always been my philosophy. And to the extent that enemies spring up, I do my best to diffuse it. And whether I make them friends or not, I try not to keep too many enemies.
That's
okay. I stay tight-lipped when people really get on my nerves. I think, or I try to.
Do you guys do any covers in particular?
We do. I mean, we probably won't on this tour just because we only really we were playing 30 minutes a night. So it's like we figure like let's get as much of the material out there as possible. But yeah, we do a lot of covers. I mean, we in the past year we've done everything from like we did Heartbreak or something, the American Girl, which probably wouldn't make too much sense out here in Australia. But like we'll do everything like, Grateful Dead, Bruce Springsteen covers. I mean, we usually tend to like dig kind of backwards. In the Something Corporate days, we were covering like we did like Hey Ya by Outkast, and we did we did some weirder stuff like that too. So
Did you guys ever cover an Aussie band?
Gosh, I can't say that we have. You know what I mean? No, I don't think I can't say. You have to give me a mixtape so I can think of some good Australian covers. And yeah, right, perfect.
Okay, your current album, Everything in Transit,
yes,
made the biggest response from your fans and critics.
Right.
How did you guys come about, writing the album? Like, what was the story behind it?
It was really just sort of an organic process. For me, I started writing it, or in the wake of Something Corporate decided to go on hiatus and take a break. I kind of got to a place where, obviously I've been writing music since I was, 8 or 9 years old, and I don't, just because my band went on hiatus, I didn't stop writing music, so all of a sudden, as I was writing these songs, I got further and further into the process and was really like just falling in love with the music and feeling like I was writing on a higher level than I had before, and so I started going into the studio just casually. I would go in probably once every couple of weeks. I would maybe collect 2 or 3 songs, and I would play them for Jim, my producer, and then say, which one do you want to work on? And we'd pick one song, and we'd spend either a day or maybe 2 days on it. And it was a real kind of a patchwork of a recording process, because I was paying for it out of pocket, and I didn't really have, other than Jim, who played the bass and the guitar, and myself, who played keys. Our engineer was a drummer, but didn't play drums anymore. So we literally, the 3 of us, just sort of pieced together. We would find drums from other sessions or loops, and we would cut them up, and like we really just kind of put the record together in a very sort of like I said, like a patchwork of sound. And eventually, after doing that for several months, without the intention of it even being a record, just kind of it being an outlet for creativity and songwriting, all of a sudden it had turned into this autobiographical tale of my transition from something corporate into, I think, what was just maybe more of a deeper understanding of who I was, you know, and that was the point at which we started soliciting it to other labels to see if they would help fund the finishing of the record.
Did you ever consider playing Big Day Out?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To watch people get hosed down.
Invite me and I'll come. You know what I mean? That, you know, it's like, yeah, absolutely. You know, this past, I think I would have tried to play just about everything if this past 2 years hadn't been so dedicated just to getting this record out and getting it heard in my hometown. You know, this next round, you know, where we go in to make this new record, I mean, a lot of our focus is going to shift, not to say away from the States, but, you know, a balance of both stateside, you know, stateside promotion as well as the rest of the world. So,
you get more.
So hopefully that means Big Day Out, right?
More of a chance to see the bands too.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
So no troubles.
For sure. Toys for kids in the hospital at Christmas time, things like that. So, you know, we do everything we can to just kind of generate support and funding for various different research and awareness, you know, models that can help people understand what's going on out there.
Yeah, like it's a good thing to do, like to put something back to something that's actually personally affected you.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, without a lot of research, and you know, there's a good chance I wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
You know, so I think it's easier for me to acknowledge and see how the benefits of donating money to those types of charities can really weigh out into people's personal lives, and hopefully their families can see their sick family members live. You know, and I think that's a pretty powerful thing to be a part of.
Any famous last words for your fans?
Stay in school and don't do drugs. I think.
Oh.
I know.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
whatever.
you for your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to meet you.